So from the notes, if you remember, we discussed Gaussian distribution. If you remember Gaussian distribution, we discussed a probability density function. We discussed a cumulative density function. Okay. So we discussed all these things. After that, I also introduced Bernoulli distributions and other things. So in today's lab, we will see how our data is visualized. Okay. In the class, we just see the theoretical part. Now we will see how these things are visualized. Okay. So first, I am discussing plotting and visualizing of different distributions. Different distributions using Python package. So for this, we use user created data. We will use user created data. This is our user created data. Okay. And for this, we will use Python NumPy package. Okay. So are you aware NumPy?
Yes, sir, we are studying of
Okay.
data mining.
Okay. Okay. So the NumPy package is there to create.
सर इसमें
Yes.
ये जो क्वेश्चंस हैं अब ये इसमें हमको कोड लिखने को बोला हुआ है
हाँ. Yes. Code.
तो वो कोड हमको नंपाई का करके करना है नंपाई यूज करना है उसके लिए
You can use anything. I'm just giving you the hint, so you can use anything.
ओके सर
NumPy is just a package to create array, just like in C programming we have array. So NumPy is a package to create n-dimensional array.
यस सर
Okay, so see, so the question is that we need to take some created data, and we need to just visualize the distributions. So first we will visualize the Gaussian distribution, Gaussian probability density function. Then we will visualize the cumulative density function. So I think all of you remember what is probability density function and cumulative distribution. No problem, I will show you. Okay. And for this, there is a package for all these distribution. The package name is this one. Okay, for these two distributions. Okay. So we have from scipy.starts, STATS. That means from this we will import NORM norm. Okay. For different kind of distribution, we need to import different modules. Okay. So for Gaussian distribution, we will import this from scipy.starts import norm. Okay, for the above two problem. So I will show you here. Okay, see, so the first question is क्या we have some user created data. ठीक है, user created data, and we just going to see how probability density function of Gaussian distribution is visualized. ठीक है, so we are using NumPy. From NumPy import ARA and GE. I think you are familiar with this.
नहीं सर रेंज तो यूज नहीं करा
Okay, no problem. See, I will show you. Suppose I will show you what is arrange. So arrange is what? Arrange a return evenly spaced value within a given interval. Okay, evenly spaced value within a given interval. Okay, so see, I am using minus 10 to 10. That means from minus 10 to plus 10, it will return evenly spaced values. And what is space I am giving? I am giving 0.01. Okay, so it will start from minus 10, it will end before 10, and the value will be separated by 0.01. Okay, so I will show you the values here. ठीक है, start, stop, step. ठीक है, start is an integer or real value. ठीक है, and is an integer or real value. Stop, that means और step size is again real or integer value. ठीक है, if we are not passing any start value in the arrange function, so it will default take 0. In our code we have passed -10. ठीक है, and we need to pass, this is the second parameter. Third parameter is again optional. If we are not passing the third parameter, by default it will take 1, but we are passing 0.01. Clear? So now see my, so this is my data. This is my data. Now you can see this is our data here. So we have taken these points, -10, then minus 9.99. Why? Because we have taken step size 0.01. Okay, so -10, then minus, after -10 it will be -9.99, then -9.98 and so on. Okay, so we are having this data. Clear? This is our data here. I will also show you an example where we have some problem, like we are throwing a dice, or we are throwing 2 dice, and we will take that data instead of user created data. We will take that data. Okay, so this is our data here. Okay, now for Gaussian probability density function, it require mean and standard deviation. It require mean and standard deviation. Okay. So we are plotting Gaussian distribution for mean value 0 and for standard deviation value 1. You can change this value. It is not just a fix. I'm just visualizing a data. Okay. So this value you can change. Okay, we can change. So these are the parameter required for probability density function. Okay, so I'm just doing this norm. That means norm is under which, from scipy dot starts. Do you want to see what is scipy dot starts?
Yes, sir.
See, for any library there is a documentation online, for NumPy as well. You can see NumPy, just right here, and you will see the official website for the NumPy. Get started. Okay, so here you can see about the NumPy. Okay, in short I can tell you NumPy is for what? NumPy is used to create n-dimensional array. NumPy is used to create n-dimensional array. Clear? Beginner users, advanced Python package manage this. So I think if you are using Conda, or you can download, I think most of the packages are already downloaded in Anaconda distribution. So it depends on you which Python distributions you are using. Okay, so just you can check your system as well. So NumPy is a fundamental package for scientific computing in Python. In the notes I have also written, if you want to see something I have already created for you. Okay, NumPy package. Okay, so NumPy is a fundamental package for scientific computing in Python. It is Python library that provides a multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array. Okay, so we are creating just a one-dimensional array in our case, but we can create 2D, 3D as well. Okay, and many operations using this. There are many inbuilt operations are available in this. Like if you want to perform some linear algebra operation or some kind of sorting is also there, some kind of transformation is also there. Okay, so this is just a brief idea, because learning a single library itself will take you a lot of time. If we will start discussing NumPy itself, it will take our more than 1 month. Clear, friends?
Yes, sir.
So we can't discuss the whole library. Actually, we can't discuss the whole library. We will see, if you want to see this is the PDF, or you can see how many 531 pages are there in this PDF. So we can't discuss all these things in the lecture, but we can discuss how to use NumPy and whenever we need, we will see this documentation. Okay, what are the modules available, how to create a 1D array, 2D array, how to perform some kind of transformation, sorting, all these things. Okay. So NumPy is clear. We are using from NumPy, we are using arrange. Arrange is for arrange will give you the evenly spaced data. So in our case, we are taking data from -10 to +10 before +10, just one step before. And the separation is 0.01. So our data points are separated by 0.01. Okay. So we are not manually writing our data. Okay. SciPy.stats. This is a statistical library here. Okay. So this module contains a large number of probability distributions. Probability distributions, summary and frequency statistics, correlation function, statistical test, and blah blah blah. Okay. So this is for statistical purpose. This is for statistical purpose. And one of them is the norm. One of them is the norm. It is used to plot probability density function and cumulative density function of a Gaussian distribution. So norm is just an alternative for Gaussian distribution. Gaussian distribution also known as normal distribution. So it is just an alternate name. Okay. So using this norm, we will use a PDF and CDF. If you want to see, I can show you here. Norm, just write dot here. Just write dot and it will display. Okay, not displaying. Yeah. So you can see it is CDF. PDF is also there. I think mean, median. PDF is there. So a lot of modules are available in this. Okay. Clear? Just write dot and it will display. So we are using this NumPy for our data points, and this SciPy dot starts import norm for Gaussian probability distribution function. That means probability density function PDF, cumulative density function, that is CDF. In our next tab, I will show you. And why matplotlib dot this is for what purpose?
For plotting the data.
Yeah, this is for plotting the data. So for this again we have a documentation here. All the libraries have their own documentation. So we can see this is the documentation here. Matplotlib.pyplot, I think. Okay, pyplot I have not written. I have already written here pyplot. So see, this is the documentation here. Examples, tutorials, user guide. So it is used for creating statics, animated, interactive visualization. So this is for plotting purpose. This is for plotting purpose. So just like we want to create graph, pie chart, scatter plot, bar graph, whatever graph we are going to plot, we will use matplot, pyplot. Okay. So these three libraries are clear, because in the whole data science lectures and the labs, we will use these three with others as well. Clear? So these will be used in all the data science labs. Panda we will also use. So I will show you the Panda as well. But for this, these three. So these three libraries are clear. NumPy is for NumPy is for data, मतलब creating n-dimensional array. Matplotlib is for plotting purpose. SciPy is for scientific computation. From SciPy dot starts, we have statistical computation, just like Gaussian probability distribution. Next, I will show you another thing. Okay. So these three libraries are clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So due to the limitations, we are not able to learn each libraries in detail. Yeah. So first question क्या था? We need to plot the probability density function of Gaussian distribution. ठीक है? So for this Gaussian distribution we have this norm. Okay? And this under the norm we will have PDF. PDF, that is called probability density function. Okay? So we just need to pass three parameters. First parameter is the data point, second parameter is the mean, and third parameter is the standard deviation. Okay? In the research paper also these Gaussian distribution used widely. In my research paper as well I used this Gaussian distribution to generate some random numbers for my some other purposes. Okay? So this is our probability density function. Okay? And this is our plot. Py plot dot plot. This is our data point, sample space, and this is our this one. Okay? So you can see the graph is this. Okay? Clear this one?
सर ये y एक्सिस पे डेटा कहाँ से आ रहा है?
ये PDF से ये this PDF. Okay, I will show you. Just a minute. Okay, print PDF. So this y-axis is this data. This data.
बट ये सर इसने ऑटोमेटिकली अज्यूम कर लिया कि ये सारे डेटा यही होंगे कि
नहीं हमने कैलकुलेट किया ना, देखिए PDF is equals to norm dot PDF. This using this function we have calculated.
ओके सर.
Okay, if you want to see in detail, just a minute. Give me a 1 minute. I will show you the lectures. I think it was third lecture. I think in fourth.
Second.
In first and second we discussed only the syllabus actually.
Oh yes.
So if you remember I plotted this graph. If you remember I plotted this graph and I told you, and this is the function here. So I plotted this graph. How I plotted? Using that Python only. So in the class I didn't show you this. I have shown you this graph only, but I didn't show you the code. So from that code I have taken that graph and pasted in my notes. So using this function, see, mu is the mean value, sigma is the standard deviation. Sigma is the standard deviation and x are the our data points. X are the our data points. So using this function we are calculating the y values. Okay. But it is inbuilt. In our code, I will also show you. You will write your own code to create this function. I will show you that also. Okay. We are going one by one. Okay. So first we are using the inbuilt Python libraries, and then we will write our own code, and we will see we will have the same graph. Okay. So actually I have a lot of things to discuss with you. I have linear programming programs are also there. Let's see what we can finish today. Yeah. Okay. So next, if you remember from our topics was the cumulative distribution. Cumulative. And if you again, I think I have closed my notes. Just a minute. Yeah. Cumulative distributions. Density function, probability density function, this was the first one, and second one was the cumulative density functions. Okay, so now the second is the cumulative density function. So for say all the things are same till now, all the things are same. Okay, next is for the cumulative density function we will use norm dot CDF. Norm dot CDF. Clear? Print. Okay, print is CDF. What values we will have for this CDF? Any guess? From 0 to
1. Yes sir.
Yes, because yeah, it is
cumulative.
cumulative. So that means it will end up to 0. It will ends to 0. Sorry, it will ends to 1. Okay, so we see here. It is so first value will be same. देखना ये जो first value होगी ना, this first value or this first value will be same. This first value will be same. ठीक है? I think it is same. No, it is minus 7 point. No, ये same नहीं है, अलग है. But it will ends to 1. It will ends to 1. ठीक है? So it is just in the increasing order. If you remember in the class, we discussed the cumulative density function will always be a non-decreasing. Do you remember? In the notes I told you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is non-decreasing. We will see DECRE. Okay, I think in the notes I have not written, but it is non-decreasing.
Sir, you explained it using the dice
Okay.
example.
Yeah, okay, in the using the Dyson. So these two distribution we just discussed till now. Okay, Gaussian probability density function and then the Gaussian cumulative distribution function. Okay, I will also show you one or two more distributions just for your understanding. Just a minute. So another distribution is, you can say, students T sets. Students T sets. I'm not going to discuss the formula for this. I'm just discussing students T sets. So the same thing, Python NumPy package for data. This is for plotting purpose. And this T, so instead of norm is for Gaussian, T is for students T distributions. Students T distributions. From scipy dot starts import T. Clear? Same thing is the data. Okay. Now the different distributions have a different parameters. Gaussian probability density function have mean and standard deviation. Okay. Students at T test, students T distribution is having degree of freedom as a parameter. Degree of freedom as a parameter. ठीक है, so you no need to remember this. ठीक है, we are just try to see how many distributions are there, because whenever you will read some research article or whenever you will read something, so these terms will arrive, so you must be familiar different kind of distributions. So I will show you 2-3 only. Okay, so students T distribution, what parameters it require? First parameter is the same, the data sample space, and the second parameter is the degree of freedom. The second parameter is the degree of freedom. So degree of freedom refer to the number of independent variables or parameters. Okay, so we just assume that degree of parameter are the length minus 1. So we assume that the number of parameters and degree of freedom are almost the same. Okay, so this is the probability density function when our data is following which distribution? Students distributions. It is following students distributions. So T dot PDF. Okay, we can print this PDF and see. So now this time we are having this graph. See, if we will change this data, or in this case as well, if we will change this data, suppose I am using mean 3 and standard deviation 7. So this graph will also change. See, this graph will also change. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You know? So it will always depend on the parameters. It will always depend on the parameter. For 0 mean and 1 standard deviation, it is told that our the distribution is something symmetric when we will draw a perpendicular line from 0 point, these points. ठीक है. So it depends on the parameter. ठीक है. So here also if we will change this degree of freedom, suppose I'm just writing here see I'm just writing here this, you can see now it is something different from that one. ठीक है. और इसको एक और कर देते हैं, कुछ भी नहीं आया because we changed this. ठीक है. Now we are having this one, so it depends on this parameter. ठीक है. So one more is there also, the same thing. This is a probability density function and this is cumulative density function. Cumulative density function graph will look like this. ठीक है. So same code but just instead of a PDF we need to use CDF, cumulative density function. This one. ठीक है. So this is clear till now.
Yes.
ठीक है. Can we discuss one more chi-square distribution? Just it will take 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So the same code is there. Now this time we are using CHI2. This is called chi-square or maybe chi-square. It depends on how you be pronounce. So it is just a CHI, chi or chai you can say, square distribution. ठीक है. Again for this distribution we will have a degree of freedom parameter and sample space as a parameter and the same function PDF and CDF. The only difference is we are having CHI2 module, or in case of students we were having T, for Gaussian we were having norm. ठीक है. So these are the three distributions that we discussed. ठीक है. Clear? So this is user created data. If this is fine, just take a 2-minute break and just ask your doubts.
Sir, where this the value of the sample space is coming from in each question? Like, is it defined in the question or?
No. We are taking user defined data.
Okay, sir.
See, here we are taking this data. Here we are taking this data. So in the question I mentioned we are taking user defined data, user created data. ठीक है.
Yes.
User created. In the next question you need to create your own. ठीक है. So the next question, see here, if this is clear, these three questions I have discussed. ठीक है. ठीक है. For chi-square distribution, if you notice in the program, I didn't use -10. I didn't use -10 because in the chi-square distribution, the sample data must be positive. The sample data must be positive. Okay, forget about, no problem. Okay, we just want to see how this visualization looks like. Okay, now we are writing our own thing. Okay, so using the same data name package, plotting visualizing different distributions in Python. Yeah. So now this time what we are going to do, instead of using the Python library from scipy.starts import norm, instead of doing that you need to write your own code for Gaussian distribution. Can you do that? Hello?
Sir, without using the libraries, right?
We can use NumPy library for data. We can use Matplot library for the graph plotting. But for obtaining Gaussian probability density function or Gaussian cumulative density function, we were using this. If you remember, we were using this. Clear?
So we have to build use the formula of PDF and CDF.
Yes. Yeah, so this is the कहाँ गया वो notes में. Yeah, so this is the formula for Gaussian probability density function. Okay, this is the formula here. So we just need to write a function, a small function, and we need to pass these parameters x, mu, and sigma, and we just need to return this value. So instead of using norm.pdf, we will use our own created function. So just try it, otherwise I will discuss. Just try it. Question is clear? Question is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Plotting and visualizing different distribution using Python package. ठीक है? Use the same data as taken in the first problem. Use arrays for NumPy package and visualization, the Gaussian probability density function, but we do not use scipy.starts package. ठीक है? Only for Gaussian, not for students T distribution and not chi-square, because the formula I didn't discuss in the class. So just try it. Just let me know once you complete this. Okay, so have you done?
Sir, I need your. Can you explain it how to do it?
Yeah, just see. Okay, so the first thing is same thing from NumPy import arrange for data points, matplot, pyplot for visualization. Okay, we are not using which one? scipy.stats import norm. We are not using this one. We are not using this one. Okay. So instead of this, we are creating our this. So in this function, we are having x value, the mean value, and the standard deviation. Okay. And what was the formula? The formula is 1 upon sigma, that means standard deviation, square root of 2 pi in the denominator. Okay, so you can see this formula in the denominator first thing. np dot s square root 2 pi into sigma. This is the denominator. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This denominator, this part. Okay. Now in the numerator, we were having e to the power minus x minus mu square divided by 2 sigma square. So np.exp and the power is minus 1 upon 2. So minus 1 upon 2 is, that means 0.5. So minus 0.5 into what was there? X minus mu square divided by 2 sigma square. So x minus mu divided by sigma whole square. So this is what? X minus mu, that means mean. This is a whole sigma. Okay, and this is the square of it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, but we used x values, mean value, standard deviation. We use that formula for Gaussian probability density function 1 upon sigma square root of 2 pi into e to the power minus 1 upon 2 x minus mu upon sigma whole square. Okay, this is, and return this value. Clear? Now we are calling the function. So instead of calling norm.pdf, instead of calling norm.pdf, we are calling our own function. Normal distribution x mean. In the same in the previous as well, we used 0 mean and 1 standard deviation. Same thing we have taken, and we obtain this value, probability density function. Okay. So this value, now we will plot the graph between the x and the PDF. Okay. So this is our graph here. Okay. See the result. Okay. So just compare this result and the result that we obtained here. Both are, I think, same.
Yes, sir.
So this we have created our own function, and in the previous one we used the Python library. Okay. But not every time we are going to write our own function. Okay. Now second one is the same thing, but now we are use cumulative density function. तो cumulative density function में क्या होता है? We need to just cumulative adding the frequency or probability. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So we just need to write this single line extra. np dot cum sum, that is called cumulative sum. So that's why I told you numpy is very important when we are working with some numeric data. NumPy is very important. So in the NumPy we are having cumulative sum, cum sum. Otherwise we need to write our own code to create this. Okay. So CDF is equals to np dot cumulated sum of what? The previously obtained probability density function, PDF, probabilities values. Okay. So we obtained this cumulative density function. So instead of using this norm.cdf, we are using this. We are using these two. First we obtain probability density function and then we use cumulated sum of the obtained probability density functions to gain cumulative density function. Okay. So the same thing, plt dot plot the data points x and the CDF cumulative density function, color this. ठीक see. Okay, so और ये delete नहीं किया मैंने. Okay, see. So see this graph and the graph that we obtained in this question. They are similar. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. So this one is for range. Okay. Okay, now these two questions are clear. Then I can close this. Yeah. Okay, so now the third question is very interesting. Okay, now it will give you the feeling of the real data, because till now we have created our we have taken user defined data. That means we have taken some random data. Okay? Using the numpy arrange function. Okay? Now we are having some real value. So we roll one dice. Keep in mind, देखना question ढंग से, because three questions are interlinked. So we roll one dice. ठीक है? One dice we are rolling and noted the outcome. ठीक है? So if we are rolling one dice and we are noting the outcome, so outcome can be what? It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, or it can be 6. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ठीक है. So let x be the discrete random variable associated with this outcome. So this is your x value. So this time our data is this x value, not the numpy arrange functions that we obtained. So we are having this data x value. Okay. How many possible outcomes are there? 6 possible outcomes are there. Okay. Okay, fine. How is x distributed? That is what is the probability density function of x. Now we need to check how the distribution of x will look like. So just tell me what is probability of having outcome 1?
So 1/6.
1/6 for all. है ना? So this question में there is no problem. This इसमें कुछ भी नहीं करना है. ठीक है. So probability density function, what is the probability? So I will show you the graph. ये तो बहुत simple है. What will be the CDF?
So just add हो जाएगा सारी frequency.
1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and then 6/6. Now we will visualize this and we will visualize this and see what visualization look like. Okay. Yeah. So this is our example here. ठीक है? X value and the PDF value from the numerical. ठीक है? X and PDF are from the numerical this time. We are not they are not derived from any function. just like Gaussian. We will check whether this probability is following any kind of a distribution or not. We will see. ठीक है, so we will plot this. ठीक है, इसको plot करते हैं. So देखो ये plot आ रहा आपका. I have plotted three different ways. First one is the simple line, second one is the bar graph, and third one is the scatter. There is no distribution, I think all of them are same. Am I right?
Yes.
All of them are same. And if we plot the CDF, it is just a this slope line. Now just change the question. Just change the question. And now instead of rolling one dice, we are rolling two dice. Instead of rolling one dice, we are rolling two dice. So we roll both dice at the same time. Okay? And then add the number shown on the upward faces. Okay? X with a discrete random variable associated with this sum. Clear? And we will check now. So just I will take some space here. Okay, see. So we are writing a table here. Okay, X values and their probability. Okay. So X will be what? X will be the discrete random variable associated with this sum, the sum of the two dice. So what will be the value of X? It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, 6, it can be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, fine. Now just tell me the probability here. This is the foundation actually. This is the foundation of the thinking about the data. So what will be the probability?
So 1 by 36.
Okay, so 1 comma 1. 1 upon 36. Okay, what will be the probability of sum 3?
2 by 36.
Okay, 2 by 36. Okay, and probability of sum 4?
So 3 by 36.
Okay, 4 के लिए it can be 1 3, it can be 3 1, or it can be 2 2. है ना?
Yes, sir.
So it is 3 by 6. So 3 by 36, sorry. So similarly, you can draw all the probabilities. Fine. Okay? You can draw all the probabilities. So how many possible outcomes are there? We have 2 to 12. That means 11 possible outcomes are there. Okay? Now what is the probability that X is less than or equal to 6? So what next we will do? We will just write here CDF, and we will just add 1 upon 36, then addition of these two. Okay, and we will see what is the probability that the X is less than or equal to 6. So probability of 2, probability of 3, probability of 4, probability of 5, and probability of 6, we will add all of them. So this solution is clear, the B part.
Yes.
CDF, we will just perform the cumulative addition. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the question is just to visualize these two and now see the difference from the previous question. Visualize X and PDF. So just write your own code and try to visualize the X, that means 2 to 12, and PDF, that means we calculate the obtained probability. So just visualize these two, this one and this one, same as we did in the previous question, and see the difference. Okay, so I am waiting for your response. Just do it. Yeah, so this we have already done for the one dice. Second dice we have written the data in the notebook, and we need to write the code and see the difference.
Sir, the graph will increase, and at a point when it reaches its maximum point, it will come down.
Yeah, so it is just something similar to Gaussian distribution, not exactly. It's something like this.
Yes, sir.
है ना? The same question. Now we are having the same question, and now instead of the 2 dice, you are having 3 dice. Now you will have a
So
better look.
I
Yeah.
think also follow the same pattern. It will
Uh,
increase, and at a point of time, then it will come down.
okay. So just plot that graph, see how it looks. Because I want to show you for 3 dice. Okay, so are you able to find the probability of these sums?
Sir, can you show the code for this
Second one, third one?
Third one, rolling 3 dice.
Okay, see, for rolling 3 dice, the probability we need to obtain first. So this is the probability. How I obtained this probability? I can show you here. See, so if the summation is 3, so we are having 1 plus 1 plus 1. Only one possibility is there. Okay? When the sum is equals to 4, when the sum is equals to 4, so we can have 1 plus 1 plus 2. 1 plus 1 plus 2. So how many possible combinations are there? Three combinations. Yes. Three combinations. There is a shortcut for this. How many values are there? 3 values. So factorial 3. Okay. How many repetitions are there? 2 repetitions. So divide by factorial 2. So factorial 3 divided by factorial 2. I think you studied permutation combinations.
Yes, sir.
P and C, है ना?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 3 variable, or you can say the 3 things. Okay. So they can be, we can permute them in factorial 3 ways. Okay. But 2 of them are common. So divide by 2 we need to do. Okay. So factorial 3 divided by factorial 2 are the possible combinations. Okay. For the so next, that is summation 5. We can have 1 plus 1 plus 3, or we can have 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay. Now for 1 plus 1 plus 3, how many possible combinations are there? Factorial 3 divided by factorial 2. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And for this one, 3 values are there. So factorial 3, 2 values are common. So divide by factorial 2. So factorial 3 divided by factorial 2. So for this and for this, and both of them. Okay. And similarly for the next one, if the summation is 6, so it can be 1 1 4, it can be 1 2 3, it can be 2 2 2. ठीक है. So it can be 1 1 1 4. इसके लिए क्या होगा आपका? Factorial 3 divided by factorial 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. इसके लिए क्या होगा? Only factorial 3. In the division there is nothing. ठीक है. Factorial 3 is equals to 6. ठीक. और इसके लिए क्या होगा? Only one combination is there. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Clear?
Yes.
ठीक है. So this will be 10. तो इसी तरह से we can write all the probability. This is the, you can say, the shortcut using the permutation combinations theory. ठीक है. Otherwise क्या होता है कि sometimes we forgot any one of them. ठीक है. So we have written the x value, we have written the probabilities, and then we just plotted them. अब देखो आप. This is your graph. Yes or no?
Yes.
तो थोड़ा देखो. Now this one before this is just like this. Yes or no? So since when we increase the dice, you will see this pattern actually. You will see this kind of pattern. ठीक है. Once we increase dice, this pattern we achieve. When we increase one more dice, we have this pattern. Second time you try to do with 4 dice, then 5 dice, and then so on, and you will have pattern something similar to the Gaussian distribution. But
Yes, sir.
oh. Okay, so this thing I want to show you actually, but if you remember from the lecture, it is very difficult to predict which pattern our data follow. Which pattern our data follow. For this question, throwing a dice, throwing 3 dice, we are able to predict the pattern. Okay, it is following Gaussian distribution. ठीक है, so we call them parametric actually. So but it is in real life it is very difficult to predict. ठीक, so this is for this. Now can I discuss some other questions?
Yes.
Okay, anything you want to ask till now?
No, sir.
Okay, no. Okay, then stop this logout. Just a minute. Okay, can see. Okay, so the next is this. Yeah. Okay, main thing I want to discuss this one actually. This is very important assignment. Yeah. So this time we need to discuss a supervised learning. If you remember from the class, in the class we discussed a supervised learning and we also discussed the linear regression, if you remember. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Linear regression. So I just want to show with some examples how linear regression looks. Okay. So in this assignments, you need to use a NumPy package. Okay. So just a brief introduction I have written in your assignments as well. Okay. And for more detail, you can use this link. Okay. So the basic advantage of NumPy package, as we discussed, multi-dimensional array. Okay. Second, we already know we discussed like a cumulative sum. We can have sorting. We can have some mathematical calculation like Fourier transformation. Some linear algebra operations we can do. Okay. So we will see how this will help us. Okay. Second, we need matplot.py plot. Matplot.py plot, or we already know why we are using this for plotting purpose. Okay. For more detail, you can follow this link. Okay. It is just an example if you want to see. We have taken some data points. Okay, and some y values. See, using the NumPy, we can obtain the sine value. Sin x, cos x. Do you know what sine value, cos value, tan, cot, sec, cosec, exponential?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So using the NumPy package, we are obtaining the sine value and we are trying to plot this graph. So I will show you this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So if you do you remember sine graph of sine? Any one of you? Any one of you remember the graph of sine? In the 9th, 10th, or maybe in the 11th, 12th. Okay, just see here. The graph of sine.
बट करा तो था.
Sine 0 is equals to 0. Sine 30 is equals to 1 upon 2. Sorry, sine 45 is equals to 1 upon square root of.
पैराबोला था ना शायद.
Sorry.
इन्वर्टेड पैराबोला था ना, लाइक उल्टा.
नहीं पैराबोला नहीं होगा.
सर वो फ्रीक्वेंसी जैसा कुछ था जहाँ तक याद आ रहा है.
Something.
Yes, sir, like this.
है ना? I remember because mathematics is my favorite subject actually. So sine 60 was root 3 upon 2 and sine 90, that is pi upon 2 is 1. So this is 1 here. अब देखना सेम ग्राफ आएगा ऑलमोस्ट सी. ठीक है, because we have taken from 0, so this is 0 here. अगर हम यहाँ पे -5 कर दें, then you will have a better look like this. ठीक है, आप यहाँ से देखिए, यहाँ से 0 it is starting from here. ठीक है, तो देखो 0 पर ये 0 है, देन 1 पर ये वैल्यू देखो 1 है, दिस वन, यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
है ना, है ना? सो साइन, सो दिस इज द यूज ऑफ numpy. मतलब नाउ वी कैन सी, मतलब अगर आप एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्राफ यू इफ यू वांट टू सी y2 is equals to np dot exp e to the power x, and just plot plt dot plot x comma y2. This is exponential. So एक ही ग्राफ में तो हो गया क्या? Just comment this. This is e to the power x graph. ठीक है, so this is the just you I'm showing you the use of numpy. ठीक है, numpy and matplot. ठीक है, so these two we will use. ठीक है, now the third one is most important. The most important is the sklearn. sklearn stand for scikit-learn. ठीक है, sklearn stand for scikit-learn. ठीक है, it is an open source machine learning library. It is an open source freely available machine learning library that support supervised and unsupervised learning. So whatever we are discussing in the class, supervised, unsupervised, after that we were discussing regression. So all these things will be available in this sklearn. Okay. So machine learning library that support supervised and unsupervised learning. It also provides various tools for model fitting. Various tools for model fitting. Model fitting, if you remember from the class, we were about to use this. If you remember from the class in the linear regression, do you remember this? Yes or no? Hello?
Sir, can you just repeat?
If you remember from the class, in the regression analysis, I discussed using, we were having some data point x and so the dependent variable y, and using this x and y, our goal is to build a model. For linear regression, it is just a line, and so that we will find m and x. These are the parameters of our model, and using this m and x, we will predict the value of y, whose value of y is not given but x value is given from the lectures, I think.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So we are talking about that model fitting is that things. Okay, so we are having our data points x and y value, and using that x and y, we will fit our model. Fit model is just like obtaining these parameters, but the inbuilt library will do automatically. So we are not able to see the mathematics behind working them. But in the class, if you remember, I was about to show you the mathematics, how it works. But using the Python library, it will do it internally. Okay. So using this scikit-learn library that supports supervised and supervised learning, there are various tools for model fitting, various tools, and data pre-processing. What does data pre-processing? Sometimes we need to transform our data from one form to another form. Just an example, for email classification. Suppose you are having some data, email data, and your data are the text. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your data is the text, but mathematics works on numeric data. So in this case, we need to pre-process our data. We need to pre-process our data. That means transforming data from one form to another form, or it may be you need to clean your data. It can be anything. Pre-processing means before processing, do some analysis or some processing like transformation. Okay, changing from one form to another form, maybe changing from red, green, blue to 1, 2, 3 text to numeric value. So this is comes under the category of pre-processing. So data pre-processing is there, model selection, evolution, and many other utilities are there. Okay. So using this library, if you want to see this, I'm just written here linear regression for this example, the example that I am giving in this assignments, but the whole library will be useful to you, the whole library. sklearn. Okay, I'm talking about the linear model only. In the class, if you remember, I told you the model can be linear and the model can be polynomial. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
And I also told you you can have one feature or you can have more than two features.
Yes, sir.
है So all the things will be in the sklearn library. Okay, so I'm just talking about the linear model in this for this example. Okay, the example that I given the assignment. I will just write on the Google and will show you the library here. I think I have already this link. Okay, so see, sklearn linear model, linear regression. So I'm talking about this linear regression. Okay, ordinary least square linear regression. It fits linear model. Keep in mind, we are assuming that our model is linear. We are not talking about polynomial model. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And sum of residual, it will be difficult for you right now to understand what is the residual or sum of all these things. So in the class notes, if you remember, I have shown you this thing. Okay, I think it was 7th lecture, na? At the last I told you this thing. We are going to minimize this, or here you can see the, just a minute. So we are having this error in the class. Do you remember? This mx plus c, we have obtained value from the function, and this y value is given to us, and one of you has requested me to show one example which will that will show you this error. Do you remember from the
Yes.
previous class? You know?
Yes.
So this was the error, and our goal is always minimizing this error. Always minimize this error. So instead of minimizing this error, we are minimizing the square of this error, not exactly this error, minimizing the square of this. So in this, they have written the same thing. Minimize the residual sum of a square between the observed target in the dataset and the target predicted. मतलब कि the value that we predicted, the value that we predicted, and the value that is observed, that means given. So the residual sum of a square, the residual sum of a square, residual means the difference, and sum of a square I already told you. A square can just do the square of the errors and just sum of them. So our goal is to minimize them. So the mathematics I will show you in the class. Okay? And this is the Python library that will automatically do all these things. So now it is clear why we are using this library sklearn.linear regression.
Yes, sir.
Clear hai na? And I already cleared what these terms are. Okay? This is the behind mathematics. Okay, so this is the library that we are going to use. Okay, one example they have already given to you, but I will show you my example. Okay, so not only this library, we need to use actually this one. where in this we are having, if you remember from the class, just a minute. Okay, if you remember the logistic regression, I told you ridge regression, lasso, polynomial. See here, logistic regression is there. Ridge classifier is there. Can you see this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
है ना? But be confused, मतलब don't be confused. We are just discussing the linear regression. ठीक है? I just want to show you. That's why I opened this page. ठीक है? So, okay, so इसको close. So where was our question? Yeah. So this is clear. We are going to use this library. ठीक है? For using a linear regression model. ठीक है? Under this you can have these kind of methods available. So sometimes we need to use this fit method. We need to use this predict method. We need to use score method. So see what is the use of these method. Okay. So we are having our x values, y values. This is training data. This is training data. Training data. Any kind of data we can have, just like example we discussed in the class, like house data, square feet area and the price. So we have this data. Using this data we will fit our model. Fit our model means mx plus c, and obtaining m and c are called the fitting our model on this x and y in the given values. Clear? So we will fit our model. That means we will use x and y value to fit our model. Okay? So this method will be used. Okay? The next method will be used to predict. Predict, that means now we are having the x values like this, and we are going to predict these y values. Okay? The score method will tell you the coefficient of determination. That means how much is the accuracy of all these things. So I will show you with the example, the Python code. Okay. So can we directly come, just a minute, I'm directly coming to the Python code. Okay, so we will take a small example, just a minute. Is larger, sorry, small data. Okay, see. So this time we are using import numpy as np. Okay, and using this we are creating our data. See. So this is our data here. This is clear. X and Y we have just created. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think all of you missed one thing. int print x dot shape and y dot. Okay. Why I used this -1 to 1? Why I used this? Okay, before using this, just tell me, okay, x dot shape and y dot shape. Okay. Now, can you differentiate why I used this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Because we have this is a 1D. So just adding one column here, or you can say just from 1D to 2D. Clear. So whenever you will see some examples on the internet, they will use this kind of -1, 1. ठीक है. So better to go over what is reshape function. Better to go over what is reshape function. So it will just reshape your x. I am using x dot reshape, so it will just reshape your x. Okay, so in this time I'm using -1 to 1. That means one column, and row I am not specifying. Row I am not specifying. Suppose our x is having 6 element, so we can reshape them into 3 by 2 matrix or 2 by 3 matrix. Am I right?
Yes.
है ना. So just go over the reshape. What is reshape here? ठीक है. It is I think under the np. So np dot reshape sh. Yeah, np. Because I use x dot reshape and x we have created using np. So x np dot reshape and just go over. ठीक है. So np gives a new shape to an array without changing its data. It will not change your data, it will give you the new shape. In my case I have written -1 to 1, so I'm not specifying the number of rows, I'm specifying the number of columns. So I'm specifying only the one column. Clear? Okay, so this you will see most of the time you will find this thing. So I have just visualized my data. This is my data here. Okay, x value I have taken some random example. Okay, this example doesn't have any purpose. I just want to show how linear regression works. Okay, so this data we are having, we can have the question from our class as well. So I will show you that again. Okay? So now from sklearn dot linear model import linear regression. Import linear regression. Okay, so we used this library. It will take okay, where is the error. अच्छा, उसको फिर से इसको रन करना है एक बार. Just a minute. Now yeah, now it will run fine because reshape करना था. ठीक है. So see, we are using what? Linear regression. Linear regression. See. So linear regression, what it will do? Ordinary least square linear regression. Okay, it will fits a linear model. It will fits a linear model to minimize this what we see on the internet. Okay, parameters are there. Normalize boolean value default is false. Okay, so this I'm talking about this. Okay. This parameter is ignored when fit intercept is set to be false if true. So we will discuss in detail. Just see how we can use this. So we are using linear regression model, linear regression. And I have just written FUN is equals to linear regression. Just this thing. Just okay. Now FUN is our linear regression. FUN is our linear regression. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. And what does it means normalize? So in the class I need to discuss in the if you remember from the first class, I told you sometimes we need to normalize our data.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I can give you the example, but अभी क्या होगा, it will become a hodgepodge. मतलब it will mix everything. ठीक है. So just think normalize means we are normalizing our data.
Sir, basically ranging the data within a specific.
Yes. Ranging the data. Yeah. ठीक है. So this is our linear regression model. ठीक है. Now using this model, we are fitting our data. FUN dot fit x comma y. FUN dot fit x comma y. X is and y is our data. ठीक है. Clear है? Now this function FUN, this function fit our data. This has fitted our data. Now we can use this FUN to predict the y value for some x values. Clear?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So for this we are using FIT fit function. From in the notes as well I have written, I think, okay, this fit function, fit linear model. ठीक है, fit के बाद predict. ठीक है, so see, so we fit this model. ठीक है, and now we are also predicting on the same x value, and we want to just check कि the y value that is actually given and that we are predicting both are same or there is some difference. Difference means error. So the same thing you asked me in the class, okay, sir, please show me one example which will show you this error. Do you remember someone asked you?
Sir, I asked the question.
Okay, you asked. Okay. So see, we are using this fun dot predict. So using this model, we are predicting the y value. We are predicting the y value for the same x. We are not testing on some unknown data. We are testing on this on the same data. Okay, but we can test on the unknown data as well, and we are obtaining predicted y values. Okay, so this is our predicted y values. This is our predicted y values, you can see. Now just observe the difference. We can plot the difference here, just a minute. Okay, okay, y minus y underscore PRD. See. Okay, so there is a very minimal difference in these 2 points, but this point is having some large difference and this point is having some large difference. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you can say this is the error. This is the error. The predicted values are this and the actual values are this. So this model, the data might not exactly fit linear line. See here, if it is giving us some linear line here, some linear. So I think all points will not fall in on that line. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, और I think there are a lot of things are available but we need to explore. Okay, fun coefficients देखते हैं coefficients. So coefficients it is giving you 1.38. Okay, fun underscore co cof c. So see, and the okay. So it is giving you this coefficient that is called intercept, I think, and okay, fun dot intercept. Yeah, this is intercept. Yes, intercept, I think. Yeah, this one. Okay. So you can see just a minute. Okay. X value, suppose I am taking this one. Okay. X value, I am taking this one. Okay. So just perform MX plus C. Just perform mx plus c for x equals to 1. Just perform mx plus c. Okay, let me perform. Okay, 1, that means m is 1.38, or you can say this value x into x value. X is I think 1 plus how much it is 1.7. Oh ये देखो this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what does it means? This will be the m value, I think, and this will be the c value, I think.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? But keep in mind, this is linear model and it is only for we are having only one attribute. Okay, but in the real scenario we can have more than one attribute. Like in the housing pricing data, instead of just the square feet area, we can have the number of rooms as well. We can have the carpet area as well. We can have multiple things. Okay, so this I think I want to show you. Okay, how it works. So this I think example is good. Anything you want to know till now?
No, sir.
Okay, कुछ भी just anything कुछ भी.
सर वो जो एरे ऊपर जो 1.7 आया था उसके नीचे जो वैल्यूज थी वो भी y इक्वल टू mx प्लस c से ही आ रही है ना?
हाँ हाँ सारी values, all the values. I can show you just a minute. 2 for this 2. Okay, so I'm just changing to 2.
ओके, सो x की वैल्यू 2 हो जाएगी फिर.
It's actually 2, so it is 3.10. See this one. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if this is fine, then okay. So I am trying my best actually to convince you. Okay. Fit dot score. Oh, sorry. We need to pass x here actually. X. X comma y, I think. Okay, so I think it is giving 8.5. I think 85% accuracy. I will show you a large example which will show you this one. Okay, so fun dot score. See. Yeah, so it will take x and y, return the coefficient of determination, or this one. It is just a score to measure the accuracy, one of the parameters. Okay. So if this is clear, there are actually a lot of parameters are there. We will discuss all of them. So this is clear why we are using sklearn linear model import linear regression.
Yes.
Okay. I will show you how to calculate M and C in the class with mathematics behind it. With the mathematics behind it. Okay. For this, I need to drive something. Okay. Okay. So for performance analysis, we need to use this from sklearn import matrix. Okay. So just this what the sklearn matrix module implement functions assessing prediction error for specified purpose. Prediction errors. Okay. So these metrics are detailed in section of classification. So once we discuss the regression classification, we will discuss all of them in detail. So these are used for performance analysis. Performance analysis. Okay. Performance analysis, you can see the accuracy, or there are different parameter for the accuracy. So first you can see this accuracy score is there. Okay. F1 score, precision is there, recall is there. So once you go over in the lecture, you will be familiar with these terms. What is precision? So it will come in the classification. जब मैं classification पढ़ाऊंगा, then we will discuss what is precision, what is recall, accuracy, all these terms. So performance measures, for the performance measure, we need to use this. Yeah. Okay, this one from sklearn import matrix. Clear? For performance, for prediction error, or for some specific purpose. So for a large example, I will show you this. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if this is clear, and then the next Panda, we need to use Panda sometimes for handling some database. Okay. So Panda is a Python package providing fast, flexible, and expressive data structure designed to make working with relational or labeled data. Labeled data, what does means? I think I discussed in the class. Labeled means the y values. Okay. So aim for fundamental, high building, additional, open source, all these things. So whenever we will deal with the database, we will use pandas. Okay. Install, getting started. You can see getting started. Okay, user guide. Okay, this one. So again, this is a very large file actually. So these are the facilities available. Okay. I will show you with the example. Okay. So object creation, data view data, selection, missing data handling, merging, grouping, reshaping. A lot of things are available using Panda. Okay, so I will show you here. See, we are using this Panda here. Import Panda as PD, and we are using this Panda to read our data set, housing price data. This house price data. So got it? Why Panda is used?
Yes.
Okay, so we will see the Panda here. So these will be used in all the labs. What I'm going to tell you here: NumPy, Matplot, sklearn. In the sklearn, we will see okay, sometimes we need to use linear model, sometimes we need to use Gaussian, SVM classification, or whatever is available. We will see. Okay. And Panda we will always need to use in our classes. Panda, and then we need to use matrix to check the error or some other specific purpose. Okay. Now the next is the train test split. What does it mean? Again, it is under the scikit-learn. Again, it is under the scikit-learn. Now this time model selection. So what does it mean? Train test split.
Sir, it would randomly split the data in for
Yes,
train.
yes, it will split our data in two part. Okay, using the first part, we will build our model, we will fit our model, and using in the second part, that is the testing, we will check the performance of our model. Okay, so it will split our data into some random train and test subset. Okay. So I'm using the random. We are not directly taking some initial 80% as a training and last 20% as a testing. It is a bad practice. Okay. So always if we are going to split our data in training and testing, always do it randomly. Okay. I can give you one example. Suppose you are having data like male and females are working in the company and something related to that. Okay. And suppose you are in the data, first 70 entries are for the male and last 30 entries are for the female. See, now suppose you are splitting your data into training and testing part and you are not randomly splitting, you are just taking first 70, 60, 80% as a training data and last 20, 30% as a testing data. So it is a good practice or bad practice? Because in the training data you have all the data related to the male and in the testing data you have all the data related to the female. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You know, so it is a good practice to split your data in the training and testing part randomly instead of taking in a bunch. Okay. Okay. So again you can see the documentation here. Itself learning a single library will take you a large time. Okay, so this library will use every time in our data science lab. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, sklearn dot model selection import train test split. Okay, now this is from sklearn dot feature extractor dot text import count vectorizer. It will not be used every time, but sometimes it can be used. Okay. See, so what is the purpose of this? It will convert a collection of text document. That means we are having text document this time. Okay. We are not having actual numerical data. Okay. To a matrix of token count. To a matrix of token count. Okay. So this implementation produce a sparse matrix. Okay. It is a new word for you, I think. Okay. तो sparse matrix. Sparse means क्या होता है? When most of the entries are zero and few entries are non-zero. It is called sparse. So it will give you a sparse matrix or sparse representation of counts. Okay, using this SciPy sparse. Okay. So what is the purpose of this? Suppose you are having some data, text data. We are having some text data like our email. Email. Email, just suppose you are having first email. Hi, I am Rohit. Discount 30%. Yeah, this email is fine. This email is spam. ठीक है, credit card. Credit card. So suppose you are having this kind of data, text data. ठीक है. So to convert this text document to a matrix of token count, we need to use this count vectorizer. Clear? And under which feature extractor dot text. Clear? Why we will use this? From sklearn dot feature extractor dot text import count vectorizer. This one is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this is clear, then we okay. Next is also one more. Okay. Okay. From sklearn dot naive ways, or we can discuss this later. Yeah, this will be used in the last example actually. Okay, so I will discuss this later. Otherwise, बहुत सारा हो जाएगा and it will be difficult to catch. So till now, any question? Till now, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So this I have discussed with you. This question I have discussed with you. And this question, do you have time right now? Then we can discuss. Otherwise, we will discuss in the next class. The same thing, the linear regression, but this time we will going to perform linear regression on some large data. This house data in our CSV file. So can we discuss next time this?
Okay, sir.
है ना? Otherwise क्या होगा कि it will mix, so सब hodgepodge हो जाएगा. I will show you this is our data right now. Okay. So we are having this price here. ID and dates are not required. We are having this price and we are having this bedrooms, bathroom, square feet living area, square feet lots, number of floors, ठीक है, waterfront view, condition. So we are giving some marks for the condition, maybe from 1 to 5, some grade, square feet above, square feet basement, year built, ठीक है, year of renovation, pin code, latitude, longitude, these data we are having. ठीक है. So this time we are not having only a single feature. We are not having any only single feature. We are having more than one feature. ठीक है. So we will take any one of feature and then try to fit our model and then we'll see the accuracy. ठीक है. Then instead of one feature we will take more than one feature and then we will fit our model and we will see the accuracy कि जैसे क्या the number of feature we will increase and we will see कि accuracy is improving or not. Clear?
Yes sir.
है ना. So we will discuss this question next time. ठीक है. Actually there was a holiday on 26 January, that's why we are behind. ठीक है. Then we will discuss an email classification example. ठीक है. So this we will discuss next time. Okay, fine.
So sir, do we have any lab assignment today?
Oh, actually I discussed the solution as well. And so the distribution, so I will upload that things and you just complete and then you can submit.
So, sir, can you also upload these Jupyter files as well, like PDF version?
Okay, I will upload.
सर
Okay,
क्योंकि
okay.
बहुत कुछ आज है ना, हो गया ना, तो वो याद रेफर करने के लिए सही रहता.
हाँ, okay, I will upload. I will upload.
Yes, thank you sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Anything else you want to ask?
Not right now sir.
Okay. Okay, this I think, okay, this is not required, so we can skip this one. Okay, then we will meet in the next class. Anything you want to say, any suggestion or kuch bhi, if you have in your mind, you can tell without any hesitation. Nothing? Oh.